is Jamie, and I'm a self-taught psychic medium, pet intuitive, and intuitive coach. And my purpose in this podcast is to help you feel more connected, at peace, living a life that has you feeling fulfilled in all directions, and to uplift you and bring whatever relevant information that I can, because doing psychic readings on the daily, I encounter a lot of stuff and we're all going through similar situations. So thank you so much for listening. I hope you enjoy.
Oh, hello. Not obviously, but it's been a little bit for a podcast episode for my podcast, and that's just because I didn't have anything inspiring or fun or interesting to talk about. So, and thinking of what are some fun things to talk about, I have a lot of fun, interesting facts about readings and myself and how I've changed and what I do and what my life kind of looks like, when I thought that I didn't really have any funny stories at all. I only have one kind of funny reading that I can remember, because I really black out during readings. I really I lose my memory. Even when I'm channeling, I lose my memory. It's just, I'm so present in the moment, and then afterwards, just, I don't know. But I will try to make a conscious effort to share more about my readings. So this is a big giant page of stuff that I compiled, and my animals are hyper. So there's noise in the background because that's how we do things. I don't know if I said that I've read this list yet. I haven't. I just jotted it all down. So it's out of order. It's yeah. I promise that I won't say 10,000 times. You guys are actually, you didn't get the most recent podcast episode that I intended to release, because in my editing, I couldn't get past all the likes. Sometimes I do cut out F-bombs if I feel, all right, 10 minutes into the episode, I think that 10 F-bombs are enough, but 20 minutes into the episode, hundreds of words, that it just didn't make the cut. I couldn't do it. That video is actually on my YouTube, and 20 minutes into the video, I stopped editing, so I don't really know how it ends, how it sounds like towards the ending. The reason I used so many times was I was tapping into things, and I was trying to explain to the listeners or whoever was listening exactly what I was seeing. And when you're, I guess, doing that, you say it's like this, but it's not like this. And then like. But I won't do that. And I also won't make mouth sounds. You guys don't know that I make mouth sounds. I'm actually going to talk about this because I do cut those out. So I guess we can start with that. I have severe misophonia. I don't know if that's how you pronounce it. That's how I pronounce it. That is where you cannot handle mouth sounds from other people, from family members, from animals. I have that very, 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 very bad. But I think that everyone who has misophonia, they all have it kind of bad. Let me pull up the definition if you don't know what I'm talking about. Okay, so misophonia is a condition in which an individual experiences intense anger and disgust when they are confronted with sounds made by other human beings. In particular, sounds like chewing, lip smacking, or breathing may cause intense anger and physical reactions. It shows they use the word arousal. Yeah, I have severe misophonia, and it sounds like everybody, if they have misophonia, they would probably say it's severe and extreme. I also have what I call smell phobia, where I don't like to smell bad smells because I will throw up, and anything that's kind of smells bad. And this is funny. At the store with my sister today, she said, do you smell that? And I said, no, because what I realized that I do every single day, all day, is I don't smell. I take very, very shallow breaths with my nose because I don't want to smell anything. I have a huge collection of candles because I love the smell of candles. But if I'm in a bathroom, if I'm in someone's house, if I'm in the store, if I'm outside on the street, I'm not using my nose, my smeller, because I don't want to smell bad things because I don't want to throw up. So next, maybe we are going in a little bit order, like a synchronicity kind of order, talking about the grocery store. I'm exceptionally nice to people in the grocery store specifically because when I was talking to Martin Luther King Jr., doing a kind of celebrity spirit interview in my group coaching class, one of the main things that he said that really stuck with me, he used the example of a grocery store. So when I'm in the grocery store, I'm nice to people. He said, always be the nice person in the room. Like when you're at the grocery store, for example, when you're brushing shoulders with other people, your niceness is going to prevent them from like being mean or having a bad day. Another interesting thing about me is I think that in my head, I'm friends with Heath Ledger and Kurt Cobain because I've talked to them and I bring them up in my coaching when I'm doing coaching, when I'm coaching other people, students and stuff. Of like, oh yeah, let's talk to Heath Ledger, or do you know who Kurt Cobain is? Just because when I connected with them in spirit, they were nice, they were cool. So now I think that we're friends. When I hear Nirvana on the radio, I still like, oh, thank you. I was having a bad day. Or when there's a synchronicity of him and Albert Einstein and not Elvis, different story about Elvis. There's someone else. So I'm like, oh, my friend, long lost friend. Also, a fact about me, I know a lot about the Illuminati stuff, and the only people I've ever told, because I want to keep it all to myself and probably take it to the grave so I'm not murdered, the only people I've told was when I was drunk. And I think about that all the time, if they're going to keep those secrets and take it serious, or if they're just blabbing it out to people and it's going to come back to me. Don't ask me what it is, or don't ask me when I'm not drinking. My only kind of interesting, maybe funny story about readings is one of my regulars. I assume that we're regulars now because we've had 4 or so readings. She, no disrespect because I'm afraid to have disrespect. She has dolls that she likes me to connect to, and they have personalities. That are very old timey, and they are entities living in these porcelain kind of dolls. I don't make a face and I don't laugh about that because they're scary. One of the dolls, the doll did not like the person's new boyfriend, and it was a little bit dangerous. It was a little bit scary. I worded it kind of like, hey, do you have a boyfriend, someone new in your life? Do you hang around? Does your doll know about them? Do you guys all hang out together? Like trying to feel it out first. And she said like, yes, blah, 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 whatever she said. And I said, all right, your doll doesn't like him. Your doll feels like she's very kind of jealous and aggressive around him. And basically like your doll wants to kill your boyfriend. And she took that and she laughed and she said, oh my gosh, that's so funny. One time a glass cup flew at my boyfriend. And I was like, yeah, it's not funny. That's the doll. The doll wants to kill a boyfriend. So this person's my friend and we do readings a lot, but don't cross those dolls. No, you're not going to get no reaction from me when I talk about dolls. I would like to make a TikTok about that because it's interesting. The TikTok idea that I had was me wearing like sunglasses, and when this person, like hypothetically in the video, it was just like acting it out, were to say like, hey, I'm wanting to book a reading again to connect with my dolls. I put on the sunglasses and I'm like, leave the scene or something of like, no, not no more. But I'm not making that TikTok because that's also rude and because I'm scared of those fucking dolls. Another thing about me is I don't ask people in my readings, people's spirits, how they died. Some people know why. This is because Robin Williams snapped at me because it was very, very rude. Me asking him why he kind of died the way that he did. So in my readings, I will get them to tell me how they passed away before I don't ask. I just say, like, all right, I'm feeling into this. I'm feeling into this. It's a little bit rude the way that the way that I do play it out, where it's almost as if they're not in the room. And instead of saying, hi, well, let me know how you died, I kind of say, I feel like this. I feel regret from them. I feel like it was an accident. I feel like it was medical. I see them in a hospice. I see them here. They feel upset about this or they whatever. I will basically do a whole crime scene investigation before I ask your whoever, how'd you die? Because Robin Williams scared me, startled me. More reading stuff, something that I've done recently, something that I decided that I'm doing for now on, for forever. Probably maybe the beginning of this year is I connect with your alien guides. I don't connect with your other guides. Whether I tell you or not, I'm connecting with your alien guides because we speak the same language. And it just, my readings started to get confusing. Sometimes they were very angelic. Sometimes they were fearful. For example, if we were to think of spirit guides, I believe that we all probably have ancestors, animals, aliens, fantasy stuff, fictional kind of characters, evil entities. So when you're trying to do a reading, connect to the person's guide, they're kind of in alignment with their darker guide because that's the guidance that they need, like the direction, or that's just whatever's going on with them, or this person is feeling particularly close to their ancestor, grandma, religious guide. The readings were just, they were just getting weird. A big box of too much chaos, too much information where I was saying, your guide's saying this. I don't know if I believe that. Let me tell you what I'm saying. And so I decided that I was just connecting with alien guides because I get them, because I trust them. And it's actually funny. We all have different alien guides with different personalities. So I will stereotype the heck out of your guide of like, okay, doctor vibes. And I'll say like, all right, Dr. Alien, tell me more about their career. Or some guides will have like really nurturing, motherly alien energy. And I'll say like, okay, Mother Alien, tell me about this. Or Angel Alien. I don't know if I can explain that correctly or the way that I do. I just think that it's interesting. So I love medical intuitive things. I've always loved medical side of stuff. And then I found out about Louise Hay, that your medical stuff that you have going on has got a spiritual and emotional meaning. Oh. But it's too complicated. And it turns out when you ask people if you want to talk about their health or feel into their health when they're getting a psychic reading, it scares them, which I understand why. The funny thing about that is when I see your medical stuff, if you've ever seen Osmosis Jones, if you've ever seen the Magical School Bus, this is 100% what it looks like. I am like swimming through your lungs and they look like a cartoon. Everything looks like a cartoon. When I say like I'm seeing yellow spotted kind of stuff around blah, 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 it's probably cartoon yellow spotted stuff with smiley faces. Most readings, I don't want to waste your time with something, or if I don't want to waste your time with something, because I like to talk. I also like to go very, very fast. I don't really like to, what I said, waste time. I will jot down to text the person, blah, blah, blah. For example, journaling prompts or EFT tapping, or if I'm trying to feel into their medical thing and I can't really figure out what the yellow kind of spots or whatever looks like, which is something that happened tonight. I'll just like jot down the person's name and what I need to send them. Never remember that. I probably do that every other reading. Hey, I'll text you after this. Hey, remind me of this. Hey, I'm going to look into this. Hey, I'm going to look up this. No, you're never going to hear from me. So if that's you, if I've said that to you, text me. I don't mind. Text me and remind me who you are and what we were talking about, what I was going to look into or what I was going to send you. I'm so sorry. I do not remember. Something that I do to real people when I'm talking to someone, usually family members, if they're being a jackass, this happened tonight, or rude, or wrong, or triggering me, I will get bored, lose interest, and then try to connect with their people in spirit. And then usually they're standing right behind them, their person in spirit, and I'll kind of talk to that person instead of giving the person that I'm talking to, the living person, like the time of day, because they're triggering me. I'll be like, I'm going to put you on mute and I'm going to see what your mom's up to. I'm going to see what your mom has to say. I do that a lot. I'm afraid of snakes, and I used to be afraid of alligators until I talked to Steve Irwin about the alligators. And he told me something that everyone's told me before, that they're more afraid of me, the alligators, and that they'll probably leave me alone unless they feel like threatened by humans. So my fear just went away of them. I didn't talk to Steve Irwin about snakes, but I think I'll probably, next time I kind of connect with him, if it's appropriate, I'll ask him his opinion on snakes and maybe that fear will go away. But I hate the outside. I'm afraid of the outside unless I'm at the beach. I don't like the grass. I don't like the woods. I just don't like the outside. I'm afraid of it. I live in Florida, and mostly this is because my eyes, my vision, I can't tell the difference between a stick and a snake. So I'm either going to step on a snake, which I've done 2 or 3 times. It's actually crazy, like synchronicity stories. Like I should have died both times. Or if I'm not stepping on a snake, I'm either jumping at every kind of like stick that's in the grass. And this is kind of because I refuse to wear glasses and I refuse to have long hair, because when I worked in my office job for 8 years, I wore glasses every single day and I had my hair the same hairstyle every single day, because if I changed my hair, everyone in the office would ask me if I was going on a date or would just think have something to say. I just didn't like that. So now that I don't work at that office job, I will not wear glasses unless I really, really, really can't see, or that's the only reason. And I'm never going to let my hair get long because no, chopped it all off when I left my job. New me. And maybe obviously I don't watch scary movies after doing this work. I used to love scary movies, and I'm probably seen all of scary movies before 2017, but I haven't seen any scary movies after that, basically. I only eat organic produce because of Albert Einstein. You would be in the same boat. He will make you feel, I'll just say, like an idiot for not eating organic produce. He's currently he's in the back of my mind, and he's brought this up to me twice about eating deli meat and like processed meat. And I think even like deli cheese, but I'm just not there yet. I don't walk past trash because of Princess Diana. When I connected to her, she was very irritated, mind blown that people can walk by trash. And so I don't want to be one of those people that's making Princess Diana pissed. And I get embarrassed when someone mentions Elvis. because I hit on him and was like denied. That's embarrassing. I get like shaky nervous. I think of Elvis, and when it comes up in my readings a lot of like Elvis, because he's so big and blah, blah, blah. That's something that in this interview, I told him that I need to go put my foot in my mouth because I was just fucking everything inappropriate that I could think of. I said it. And yeah, that interview is on my Patreon. I've also talked about that before, guys. Of like what I said. I can't revisit or even think about it now because I'm like getting shakes because I'm embarrassed by it. It's not that bad, but if you were to be there, like it's basically like getting denied with the person sitting next to you. And it's really embarrassing. And God. Can you? He didn't. I'm just moving on. Okay. I can't even talk about it. Go watch that Patreon. Another thing is when someone mentions Freddie Mercury, my heart drops because he hit on me. Almost done with these. I don't want children because I've been babysitting since I was 11 years old and I'm a twin. I have a twin brother. I think that my family is all psychic. People ask me this question a lot. I think that my entire family is psychic. I was just thinking today, like, is it my mom's side or my dad's side? Which one do I think? And I was like, it is so fucking both. But no one's going to admit to it because they don't want to look like me. I probably, took the fun out of all of it. But really, we all grew up watching John Edwards, who is a psychic. We're not related. I don't think so, but we might be. Edwards, my dad's side of the family, last name. My mom would be watching it, all day, every day, as much as it came on. I think it was like right before or right after Oprah Winfrey, where the guy was, I didn't believe at the time, but mom did, on stage and saying like, who in the audience has a loved one whose name is this or whatever. And I like to make rash decisions because of Kobe Bryant. When I connected to him, he said something that stuck with me. To do the thing that you wanted to do because you might not have tomorrow to do it. What he meant by this is kind of just how it sounds, but when I think of him or when I think of, do I want to do this or that? I just do it because like if it's on my mind or on my brain, I just want to get it over with because I might not be able to do it tomorrow or because I might change my mind. 2 last things that I want to share. I had a serial killer in my house and it was terrifying. I had Lizzie, I brought in spirit. Lizzie Borden to my house and I was with my friend William. And he still laughs about this, but he didn't really understand like the severity of it, the seriousness of it, how much she wanted to hurt him. He was like laughing about it and joking about it. And you guys should really, really watch this interview. I believe it's on my YouTube, open to, public and all of that. Because I can read my body language. I don't know if anyone else can read my body language of like how freaked out I was, how polite I was trying to be, how I was like watching my thoughts, how I was worried for him. And then the best kind of part in this interview is how we like got her to befriend us instead of, she was just really, really intense. It was kind of inappropriate to like bring her into my fucking dining room. I just was doing my little intention thing of like, if Lizzie Borden isn't too busy, we would love it if she would come in. And she was there, like in the dining room, sitting at the table. William was in the background, like folding laundry, because I was just like, all right, let's see if she wants to come through. She came right through. But after she came through, we were kind of like, why did you come through? Because you are not happy to be here. But that was fun. My last thing I wanted to share was I had an alien in my house, reptilian, which is different than alien. I used to be terrified of reptilian aliens. Look it up if you want to, I don't know, pee your pants. I had one in my house March, like 2020, and they were wearing a mask. And I didn't post this TikTok until like April 2020. And people like made comments about them wearing like the mask. And I was like, oh my God, that's like future foretelling. I was like, yeah, there's this reptilian kind of person that was in my house. And for some reason, he was wearing a mask, like a white kind of mask that goes like this. Those are my interesting things about me that I wanted to share. And hopefully I will keep these kind of coming. I don't know. I think they're interesting. Maybe you think that they're interesting. And I will try to think of more things for a part 2. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching if you're seeing this on YouTube. Some things that I do want to talk about. I am doing live in-person readings in Jacksonville, Florida, if you live there, at a campground called Hannah Park on October 23rd from 12 p.m. to 5 p.m. Eastern time, obviously. That would be very, very fun. And this is a kind of event thing that I've been doing every year for the past 2 years. And last year was in North Carolina. The year before was in Gainesville kind of area. And so I'm excited about that. So show up if you want to. Go to any of my social medias for more information. I'll maybe make something on my website for that. I haven't been able to edit my website a lot because I don't have a computer right now because my computer broke. And yeah, a lot of fun. Really, 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 really excited about that. And it's free. It is $5 for you to get on the place that we're doing it. But I'm not going to be charging. Donation kind of based if you guys feel so inclined. Otherwise, if you want a psychic reading from me, if you want to be a part of my story, my funny kind of stories, love to do that with you. I have 15, 30, and 60-minute readings over the phone, over Zoom, and a lot of other services that I offer, but there's links and stuff at the bottom of this for you to check that out. Mostly everything you can just find on social media or my website. Everything is Jamie.d.intuitive. Talk to you later.